Hello, friends. Good evening. Uh, it was a very poor week for the markets. The positions I had discussed in the last video. I also did a detailed analysis of IDBI Bank and how it was setting up so beautifully. We ended up taking positions in IDBI along with a couple of other stocks, and they all were doing fine, in fact, till the start of the week. But unfortunately, on Wednesday, we had some news flow from the United States where the president is now again threatening with additional tariffs on India, which spooked the markets. And we've had pretty rough last 2 days. And the markets took a complete U turn on Thursday and Friday. All our positions hit our stop losses, unfortunately, and all our paper gains. We were up roughly 6-7% at the portfolio level, but we had to suffice with just 0.5% gain in the last up leg of this market. Good part is we are managing our risk very well, which meant that we have not lost any money in the last 2 days. We just gave away the paper gains. It does feel bad, but it is the part of the process. If you have to survive in this game for the longer term, this is something you have to do. As you can clearly see here, the last 2 days have been two big red bars, and the mid small cap index is now below the 10 and the 20 MA. The breadth is so poor. Look at this red bar down here. The breadth is so poor that this market, for it to recover over the 10 and 20 and the bread to get better, I think it's going to take some time. Let's see. Right now I have no intention of taking any positions, especially after today, since sometimes there is a 1 day fall and the market tends to recover the very next day. But this time we had a big follow through day today as well. The early morning rally, or rather there was an early morning recovery that happened around 10:30, 11 a.m. today, but that was completely sold into, and we ended up closing almost at the lows of the day, which is pretty bad. So yeah, let's see. But there are certain stocks which I am about to discuss here that have shown some outperformance. They are still looking very, very good. But of course, the market environment is bad. So whenever you're trying to take swing trades, it's better that you first focus on the environment first and then focus on the setups, because even the best setups will fail in this poor market. So if at all you do decide to take this trade, or you do decide to take any of the trades on the stocks that I'm about to discuss, make sure please that you are doing it with a very small size and you are managing your risk very, very well. Do not expose yourself too much in this market. The conditions are not that great. All right. So I'll quickly come to the stocks that I am tracking for next week. Again, these are no buy sell recommendations, just letting you know. So this is first MTAR Technologies. If you see, it had a beautiful rally here, and then it has undercut the 10 and the 20 MA. This has created a good base, and this is the pivot line right here. And it made these lower lows on the left hand side, and then it made higher lows on the right hand side. And this was the tightening phase, if you see. And it did attempt, by the way, on Thursday itself to break out of this mini consolidation. If you can see this one right here, if you see this one right here is an inside bar, and after this inside bar, this stock did attempt to get out of this mini consolidation of 2-3 days. But since the market environment was not good, we had the first sell off after the news, so the stock gave up all its gains. But today, it managed to break out again. Look at the volumes that have come in. So this stock looks really good. Of course, you cannot enter it immediately. You need to perhaps wait for a pullback or some sort of a tightening up here before you consider an entry here. So this is one stock that I am tracking. The next one is RR Kabel. This is from wires and cable sector. So this entire set of cable stocks were looking really well, but all of them have given up a chunk of the gains. But this one here is managing to hold up. If you see, it has had this big base breakout. Do you see? It's again sort of an inverse head and shoulder pattern where it broke out here. The prior rally was great. If you see, it has some big bars with purple dots, which points towards institutional buying in this up move. And then again, as we come up the right hand side, again we see good big blue bars, which indicate big buying along with volumes picking up again. Now, as we come out of this base, this phase, if you see, let's focus on this. If you focus on this, then this is a consolidation that has happened in the last since 22nd December. So last 15 days, we have seen this consolidation. And if you see in the last 4 days itself, the action has really tightened up. Comparing it to what the market has done, look at what the market has done in the last 4 days. And if you see what the stock has done, the stock has hardly given up any gains. It has come out of a big base and now it has just tightened up. What it has also done here is it has continuously been rejected from this 1560 zone, if you see, right? This once, twice, thrice here. So this 1560 zone has been some sort of a major resistance for RR ka bill. So if the stock maybe sometime next week starts getting out of this range and the volume starts picking up, I think this is a stock that can be considered for a potential entry. So I'll be looking forward to this as well. Third one is Dredging Corp. Again, a stock that had a very beautiful move from, it was an ignored stock. If you see, it was not doing anything, but suddenly volumes picked up since mid-October. And then you had a beautiful, almost 100% move in 54 days. This one. I think I discussed this stock in the last video as well. But, and last 2-3 days, you see, there was a down move, but last 2 days, it had this big volume pump again. That means anytime the stock has tried to come down, so buyers have stepped in. So this bar itself tells that yes, the buyers are still there in the market, and it has now formed an inside bar. Perhaps I'll wait for it to maybe tighten up even further, just in case, because that will provide a lower risk entry. This is a relatively volatile stock. It moves big, and the stop loss may also be a little wider. So you please be careful if you are considering trading Dredging Corp. So this is the third stock on my radar. The last one I'm tracking, and perhaps one of the best, the stock that looks the best to me, honestly, is DCB Bank. It had a very smooth up move right here. This was a 53% up move in roughly 2 months. And look at the number of big blue bars with purple dots. 1, 2, 3, 4 bars, which says the quality of the move. This quality of the move is beautiful. This is the kind of move that we want to see in the rally leading up to the formation of the base. And then it was a textbook base formation with lower lows followed by higher lows. And now, if you see, I have already made this rectangular box that shows clearly that the price has started to tighten up. It has formed another inside bar today, and the inside bar is formed right near to the 10 and the 20 EMAs. So this stock, I feel, is ripe. Also, if you see here, Nifty Bank has had 4 days, and now it's getting closer to it's right around its 20 MA. So a bounce can be expected from this level. So DCB being part of the private banks, I think this is one stock that can do really well if the market supports. I think if I compare the Nifty to the Bank Nifty, then if you see, while Nifty is way below its 10 and the 20, Bank Nifty is relatively outperforming. Do you see it? Bank Nifty is relatively outperforming the Nifty, and that is visible in how the banking stocks are performing. So DCB Bank for sure is one stock that I am tracking. So these are the 4 stocks that I'm tracking for next week. That's about it. If you really like the video, please subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. I also post my trades from time to time on Twitter, X of course, and I have shared my X profile in the description. Please go ahead and follow there if you want some real-time updates. Thank you so much.